Welcome back, everybody. I'm Phil with my beautiful co-hosts Samantha and Sam. What are we checking out today?
We are doing Billy Joel, A New York State of Mind.
New York State of Mind. I'm going to wonder if this has any relevance to one of the artists I listened to growing up. Probably not, but could have been sampled. Nas has a song called New York State of Mind, probably one of the biggest hip hop albums ever in terms of a historical context, really setting the frame for hip hop going forward. New York State of Mind was the opening track of that album. So I will not forget that song title, but we have a potentially the original version. I don't know. We'll find out when we get into it from Billy Joel here. And this performance here is 1978 from the Old Gray Whistle Test. I believe this is maybe a show. I thought maybe a venue, but when we were reading, it said on Old Gray Whistle Test.
Yeah.
So,
I was like, maybe it's a TV show.
yeah, so I'm not really sure. Maybe it's like the midnight special, but, you know, a little bit later on.
We're about to find out.
Yeah, and this song came out in 1976 originally, performed 1978. One of the deeper cuts from Billy Joel.
This never became a commercial single.
No, but his catalog seems pretty large.
It is very large.
I think the last ones that we did might have been Uptown Girl.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. I've enjoyed all of the stuff that we've done by him, but I feel like there's definitely been a lot of diversity there too, which has been interesting.
Yeah, so with that said, I was thinking maybe we should do a live performance of Piano Man because obviously it's a really renowned song. I love that song. When I first heard that song from Billy Joel, I was like, what the hell is this? This is so good. And then we had to go further into the rabbit hole of Billy Joel. But I would love to see a live performance of that. So maybe you can drop a recommendation down below in the comment section for a live performance of Piano Man. And we can do that one next. This one we came to, I believe it would have been trending in the reaction community, and that's how it kind of popped up on our feed. So that's why we're here today. 8.5 minutes. I don't know what we're going to get into, but I got a feeling there's going to be a piano involved if the Piano Man's there.
I feel like there's usually a piano involved with him.
Yeah. So apparently this is about New York City, and that's where Billy Joel is from. So
yeah, apparently he wrote this after he spent some time in Los Angeles. So he had left and spent some time in Los Angeles and then came back and kind of like wrote this about New York, about like coming home.
Yeah. So let's find out about Billy Joel's New York State of Mind. Starting with a cigarette.
Gotta create a little
no lighter
atmosphere for the next songs. Make it like a sleazy jazz club. It's kind of a low budget thing. We don't have smoke machines and everything. Brought along a little one. Gives the place a little sleaze to it.
Oh, gotta get the shades on. Oh, geez. I was correct. The Piano Man has arrived.
Some folks like to get away, take a holiday from the neighborhood, have a flight to Miami Beach or to Hollywood, yes they do. Me, I'm taking a Greyhound on the Hudson River line. I'm in the New York State of Mind. Seen all the movie stars in their fancy cars and their limousines. I've been high in the Rockies, under the evergreens, that's right.
Let's go.
But I know what I'm needing. I don't want to waste more time. I'm in New York state of mind.
Okay.
It was so easy living day by day, yeah, yeah. Out of touch with the rhythm of blues. But wait a minute here. Now I need me just a little give and take. Oh, the New York Times, Daily News. Whoa. You know it comes down to reality, and that's fine with me, 'cause I have let it slide. I don't care if it's Chinatown or on Riverside, no. I don't have any reasons, I left them all behind. Just in a New York state of mind.
All right, Samantha, how you feeling about the New York state of mind? What kind of mind is it putting you into?
I love this. Makes me want to go to New York. I feel like this.
It makes you want to go to New York, you said.
Yeah.
Why? Just the visuals that he's painting?
Yeah. And I feel like New Yorkers are very passionate about being New Yorkers. And I feel like you can just feel that through this song. Also, like, I recognize bits and pieces of it, which I think is coming from certain rom-com movies that are set in New York. Like maybe it's like You've Got Mail or like one of these movies. It's just putting me like in the mindset of like visualizing that, because there's so many of these rom-coms that are like set in New York and they love, you know, their city. But I feel like it's very soulful. It's very passionate. You know, it has like this little bit of this grit to it with the way that he's delivering his vocal, and love the sax solo as well.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with a sax in a song. That's
Yeah.
what we've grown to appreciate in our journey. And I think it's great. I think it really, you know, is painting the picture so well from his standpoint, the storytelling, the lyrics, and even just his performance, you know, in the beginning, setting the stage as a jazz club. And that's what it gives me, you know.
We need some sleaze.
It feels like we're in a jazz club right
It
now,
does.
just sitting here watching this. That's
Yeah.
kind of him setting the tone, right? And I think that showcases his performer element that he is clearly capable of providing. And I think this song in general showcases his dynamic capability of doing so many different styles of music, because I think some of the other stuff that we've done, obviously the piano plays a big role and there's some jazz influence to it, but this is like full on jazz to me, and not something I would have pictured Billy Joel doing from our journey with him thus far. So it showcases his ability to do so many different styles of music, and not just that, do it great. And I think his vocal in this is pretty raw. Like it's giving me more of an appreciation for his vocal capability as well, because I've always, you know, thought that he was a great songwriter, and really, you know, I think even this one, he wrote the song, produced it, you know, he had his hands all over it. But I think we had grown to appreciate that already with him, and this is giving me more of an appreciation for his vocal capability as well. So all around enjoying this so far, and we're only halfway through.
I know. It went by fast too.
smoke's still
I'm
going.
in New York state of mind. I'm just taking a Greyhound on the Hudson River line. 'Cause I'm in I'm in a New York.
Crazy.
That might have been the longest sax solo I've ever heard. Billy seems to have a lot of fun when he plays, that's for sure.
He definitely seems like he's like a fun-loving, like high energy kind of guy.
For sure. And maybe channeling some of that New York state of mind.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this. And I'd also be curious to know, like, obviously this is almost 8.5 minutes, right? So was this extended out because of the live performance and maybe these solos were extended out, or how this kind of compares to the studio version? But I really enjoyed this, and I feel like it was very full dynamic sound, which was really cool. And like I said, to me, I've only ever been to New York once, but it definitely put me in the mind state of like feeling like this is kind of encompasses what the vibe of being there and picturing that.
Yeah, I've never been to New York City, so I
Gotta go. It's an excuse to go.
I would not know, but I'm sure as well, you know, the New York state of mind and this jazz vibe may have been more prevalent at this time as well. Maybe jazz clubs were more of the thing to do and go and see when you do travel in New York City. And that nightlife, it would have been a jazz club. Rather, obviously, today it's much, much different. But I'd be curious to know if that was the case, and you know, Billy Joel was playing into that with this here. So you guys can give us more insights down below and let us know if, like I said, maybe we should check out a live version from Billy Joel in the Piano Man performance.
Yeah, I feel like that would be very good.
And I was going to say that there was no real dynamic between that song I was referencing, the hip hop song from Nas. I didn't really hear anything that I could, you know, pinpoint and say, yeah, this was used in that song. So, but
maybe it was more just the concept. I was gonna say,
yeah, I think so, because even in the hip hop version, it's the same idea of painting the picture of New York, but from the standpoint of being from the ghetto, basically. So, a little bit different version of New York, we'll say. But New York's a big place full of a lot of people.
It is very large, lots of different sections.
It's cool to get different perspectives. And let us know, like I said, where we should go next. Have a great day. See you soon.
Thanks for watching.